Good morning YouTube, and welcome back to the workshop. So it's another glorious day, slightly cooler though. Couple of mentions actually before I get started. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of great guys. Well, I met lots and lots of amazing people at Maker Central, but I'm going to give a shout out to these two first of all, and it's Chad from Mancrafting. Now Chad's got a great channel and he does some amazing powder coating and travel mugs and general making, and he's just taking his first steps into blacksmithing and welding. So check Chad out, Mancrafting. And also Drew, who's Ox in the Shop. Now both these guys are from I believe Georgia in America, so check them out. I'll get Nicola to put a link in the description. And also yesterday a lovely package turned up. I'm just going to turn around and feel. I'm just going to put some gloves on, because these have got quite sharp edges. But Dave, the wood barber, he sent me probably about 8 pieces of some scrap steel. So obviously I've just got to get the flap wheel on them and clean them up for welding practice. So thank you so very much, Dave, the wood barber, epic. And also he's been in touch with a local fabricators and mentioned my story to them, and they've said, yeah, if I pop round they'll give me some scraps to practice on. So that's a big thank you again, Dave, for sticking your head out and helping me. So got some good quality steel there to practice on. So when I get started on that, I'll do a video. So I've mentioned the shout outs to Chad and Drew, so check them out. What else? Right, what else is happening in the workshop today? I've put my name down to make something for Steve Twidell. Now Steve Twidell is joined a campaign to help people and families from all over the world going through some tough times because of disability or illness. So it's called Makers Make It Happen, and I think the guy that Steve's supporting is called Brandon Summerlin. Now Brandon has got cystic fibrosis, which is a very serious condition, and in many cases it is life-shortening and terminal, and for many people the only chance of survival is a lung transplant. So Brandon has had a double lung transplant and the surgery went well, but he's got to stay in hospital for quite a few months to make sure that there's no rejection from the lungs involved, and he has to have very intensive physiotherapy. Now this is a huge strain on the family resources and the family finances, and they're struggling. It's a huge loss of earnings for mum and dad, and also the sad thing is that I believe that Brandon's younger brother has also got cystic fibrosis, so it's very likely they're going to have to go through the same again. So Steve Twidell is doing an online auction where makers make things to be auctioned off. So I'm going to make something, and I am going to be using for the first time the sort of like the iridescent metallic paints that you get from Mick Hambry, the Woodturner. It's the ones where you apply and you can twist them around with cling film and hit them with a heat gun, and then I believe that the fluid is clear when it first goes on, or opaque, and then the colours pop with heat. So I'll be doing that, a little bit of a paint effect on this project. So I think I'm going to do a ring slash maybe an earring holder, like also not also like the Seattle Space Needle, that sort of shape. That's what I've got in mind anyway. So a bit of spindle turning and some paint effects with these amazing iridescent paint. So that's what this project's for. Makers Make It Happen. Check it out, and when the auction comes up, please everybody, can you dig deep and let's get this family some help and support, because they really do need it, and it's just amazing to help others when they really need it. And I've had so much help from such amazing, wonderful people since going blind, that it's nice to be able to give back. And there's always someone worse off than yourself. You know, I'm blind, as you know, but I'm not going to die because of it, unless I get flattened by a truck crossing the road, but that's another story. But Brandon and his family, they're just, you know, it's just a real amazing story of tenacity and willingness to survive and carry on. So that's who I'll be helping. So right, I'm going to pause the camera now, and we'll get set up and we'll start doing some turning. Okay folks, well I'm here and I just thought I'd show you these. I've just had an amazing call with a Be My Eyes volunteer called Elizabeth over in Leeds. So that's a bit north and to the east from here, part of Yorkshire. So she's helped me arrange these paints in some sort of order for me. Well, in an order, not some sort. So I know that this is the flow medium, which we'll use to thin the paints down, and then I've got a gold colour here, and then I've sort of like done them in the order of the rainbow as near as I could. I've got a red colour, there was no orange or yellow, so I've gone to a green, and then a blue, and then a sort of teal colour, and then the purples or the violets is down here. So I've got them in an order. So hopefully, Elizabeth, you get. I told her that this will be going live on Friday. So if you do get a chance to watch this, Elizabeth, thank you so very much for helping me and playing such an important part in this project for such a great cause. So cause. Honestly, I need more tea. Right. So just freestyle it over to the lathe. I've got a piece of lime, I think it is a piece of lime here. So this is the blank that I'm going to true up shortly into a cylinder, and then we can start making the ring, as in rings that go on your finger, stand, and put some decorative iridescent paint effect on it. So right, let's get the show on the road, people. Come on, let's rock. And now we're going to get some masking done. Ready for? I've sanded it. Oh, what do I need to do here now? Now I've sanded it. Let me have a think. I'll come back. Brain fail. Okay, so anyway, I've had a think now, and what I'm going to do is I am going to mask up this spire portion, the needle, and I will mask up the stem, because all I'm going to do is colour the central part, the UFO sort of thing. So I've got some masking tape here now, so and straight off the bat, the tape's torn, as it does, in a place where you don't want it to. Okay, so if we remember before, Elizabeth, who very kindly told me what the colours were, so I could place them where I could remember. What I'm going to do is first I think I'm going to put down some gold. So that's the flow medium and this is the gold. So I've got these little plastic cups here that were bought solely for doing creative stuff and making stuff. So what I'm going to do is put a squirt. I don't know if you mix these or shake them, but I'm going to put a squirt. Did any come out? Yeah, it smells like there's some in there. And I'm just going to give it a couple of drops. I bet this has got a protective cap on. No. I'm going to give this a couple of drops of has it got a protective cap on? The protective cap is stuck in here, so try and do this without injuring myself. Come on, there you go. I'll give this a good shake. I'm going to give this a couple of drops of the flow medium. And I've been heating, obviously, like you saw, the black base coat with the hairdryer, heat gun rather. So that's it's 99% dry, or it was before we started doing this scene. So what I'll do now is that's mixed up. So I've got that cup there ready. That's where they are. I know when I found stuff because I knock it over. So I've got the gold, and I think I'm going to go for green and blue. So that's mixed up. So I believe you can clean this. I've got just a pan of water here to the side. Get some tissue. Okay, I've turned the lathe off as well, just let's feel for where that is. Right, so let's get some just dabbing it on, completely random. And I'll put some on round the back. Well, who knows what that'll be like. So let's get it cooked. Oh. Heat gun. Now obviously the method when you're doing it on a big surface is you can use cling film and swirl it around, but this is such a small area to work with. I thought it would just, they'd all just merge into just one mixed version of gold, green and blue. Okay everybody, so this paint effect, the iridescent paint is completely dry now, so I'm going to hit it with some lacquer, then I'm going to leave it overnight and come back to it tomorrow to finish the project. So let me just get my bearings, feel for the nozzle. Okay, good morning everybody and welcome back to this workshop on this lovely Wednesday morning. So we're carrying on with day 2 of the project. There's not much more to do now, and the project is the Makers Make It Happen online auction for Brandon Summerlin and his family, who are dealing with cystic fibrosis in the family and everything that entails and all the trials and hardships that it brings. But anyway, I'm going to get the camera off the tripod now and I'm going to bring it in. I've just had Nicola in the workshop to tell me that the paint has reacted and worked, and I've just taken the masking tape off, and Nicola's told me well, there's just a little bit of a bleed out under some tape. But yeah, let's get the camera over here and you can have a better look and I'll describe my next step. Okay, so hopefully you can see now, my my lovely friends, that the paint has worked, Nicola said, and it's had 2 coats of lacquer. So as I'm rotating here around, I can feel there's a little bit of bleed out there under the tape, and she said there's a couple of marks along where I must have had the tape, a gap in between the tape as I rolled it over, and then I can feel a little bit of tape, and on this side a little bit of bleed out as well. So a tiny little bit of overspray. So the plan is now to tidy you up. I'm going to put a nice little groove above and below this UFO portion, and then I'm going to tidy it all up. So let's get cracking with that. So yeah, can't wait. It's going to be great to have it done and feel when it's finished. So let's crack on, folks. Okay everybody, let's just get my position and let's just tidy this edge up. Feel for where I need to be. Quite critical, this. Nice and gentle. Let's have a feel at that now. Okay everybody, what I'm going to do now before I seal and polish this up, I'm just going to get this point done here. And actually I've just remembered, and I've had a thought, because the Summerlin family are in Toronto at the hospital. I don't know why I didn't think of it yesterday, but OMG, it's the CN Tower in Toronto. So there you go. It's without thinking about it, I've done a little replica of the CN Tower as a ring holder. So I hope that's a reminder of the amount of time they spent there, and hopefully how life-changing it was for them all, and it gave Brandon a new lease of life. So right, let's crack on. So I need to remove that, get this in there. So that's pretty cool. Just move the tool rest up. Needs to be a bit higher there. Now, let's get my spindle gouge here now. Let's just check for height and whatnot. Okay. Let's go. Okay everybody, so on with the show now. So let's get some sanding sealer on this puppy. Okay folks, so here we have it, the finished project, and it is a ring holder in the style of the CN Tower in Toronto, and of course this is for the Makers Make It Happen online auction in aid of Brandon Summerlin and his younger brother and their family that are dealing with a double whammy of cystic fibrosis. So please everybody, when this goes online to go up for auction, please dig deep and show the Summerlin family that there are people out there all over the world that, you know, that have got their back and understand and want to help them out, and we can do it folks. So I'll just hold it here now. So I've just finished the base, and the lime that wasn't painted had the usual sealing and Yorkshire grit and friction polish. And this is my first ever attempt at the iridescent paint. So Nicola said it looked fine. I just had to tidy up the edge above and below where I got a bit of bleed out. But you know what, that process, it's now that I've done it and I've worked through it, and ticked that off in my head mentally. I know now that applying the paint and letting it dry and hit it with the heat gun, it will go through its reaction and pop. So that's really cool. I'm so pleased that that's another string to my bow now, and another technique and skill that I can use. So thank you so very much, and don't forget, folks, that if you can, pop over to my website and make a small donation to my Patreon site. That'd be really awesome, and it would keep me in the workshop doing what I absolutely love doing, and that's bringing these great videos to you folks and inspiring and motivating people to get outside and build and make something. So thank you so very much. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you all real soon. I'm going to go out now and let Bamba have a run around the garden and have a cup of tea. So thank you so very much for watching, and go online, and hopefully one of you guys will end up with this beautiful little ring holder. Thank you so very much. Bye everyone. Big love. Big love.